Ashish.
Our student life was full of excitement, memories, and emotions. If we compare our student life to Himalayas, perhaps examination time would be equivalent to peak Mount Everest. I remember the last time I was appearing for my CA final exam, this beautiful girl used to sit before me in the examination hall. And she had a very unique pattern. The moment she would arrive in the examination and sit on the chair, she would untie her hairs, do them properly, and tie them again. And as the examination would start, as we all would start writing the examination, she would flex her muscle of the neck and look behind at my answer sheet. My heart used to go crazy. It was singing the serenade songs of Shah Rukh Khan movie. And as you would have heard the Shah Rukh Khan dialogue, अगर वो मुझसे प्यार करती है तो पलट के देखेगी. So that dialogue was reverberating in my head. Somehow I managed to hold my emotions and listen to my head and focus on the exam, giving a nip in the bud to that budding love story. My dear Toastmasters and dear guests, cometh the time of examination and cometh all the emotions, ecstasy, agony, anxiety, you can name them all. And amongst the examination, perhaps competitive examination has much higher level of emotions. Today, I'm going to share with you the experience of my first competitive examination. I still remember the day was 31st of December 1997. I appeared on my second CS exam and I was returning back home from the examination center to the house on a hand-pulled rickshaw. If you compare the students in a spectrum, and on one side you have students who are extremely chilled out, and on the other side you have students who are extremely studious, you would fall me towards the studious side. I used to leverage each and every second of the exam time to study. While eating, while coming back in the rickshaw, while going to the loo, the books were always with me. As I was returning after my second exam, by the time I reached home, I examined my envelope in which I was carrying all my examination stuff. And I realized my admit card was missing. I was shocked. I first tried to look again in the examination bag, but I couldn't find it. I asked the rickshaw puller to go back again through the entire route. My eyes were scouting left, right, trying to find out where my entrance card, my examination card has fallen, but I could not find. After a lot of effort, I returned home barren-handed. I sunk myself into a chair, thinking what to do now. I realized that this was not the first instance something similar was happening to me. About 4 years ago, a similar pattern happened in my life where I was to give an exam. I lost my admit card and could not even have the courage to enter the examination hall. I had to make a choice whether I was going to let the history repeat itself or I was going to do something different. At that moment, something ignited in my mind, and I decided this time I'm going to try. I went ahead for the exam without my admit card. Just by showing my ID card, somehow the examiners allowed me to write that exam and I could pass. When I think of that experience, what I realized that CA for me was not just chartered accountancy. It was me coming alive. The whole journey was so insightful that I could realize that I came alive while going through the examinations. As I share with you that story, it reminds me of what APJ Abdul Kalam writes in his book, Ignited Minds. He says, either we can ignite our minds and bring our dreams alive, or we can go for that inertia and accept the failure. My dear Toastmasters, imagine yourself standing in front of your examination center without your admit cards. You have two choices. Either you can be brave, ignite your minds, and go for that exam, or let the fear and inertia take over and come back home empty handed, as I did in the first instance. I pray for all of you to be ignited and to go for it. Back to you, TMO.